properly set up. It fell over, so I deleted that upload. But we are live now. And it's been a little bit, it's been a minute since I have done a live video, but I just got this new figure in yesterday, and I wanted to unbox her since I'm just waiting around the house for the U.S. men's national team World Cup qualifying game versus Panama to start at 7. So I figured I got some time to kill. Let's unbox it. What's up, Stuart? How's it going? Hopefully your Sunday is going well. Let me see if I can adjust this camera just a little bit more so we can get more of this kind of figure in the frame. But things are going well here. Like I was saying, I'm just waiting for the U.S. men's game to stop. Josh, what is going on? How you doing this Sunday afternoon? How was Lexington, man? I almost drove down Saturday morning. I would have had to leave fairly early, but I almost just said heck with it and went down for an hour or two just to walk around with you guys. But I stopped at Comics and Games instead. Let me open this up here. Make sure I'm muted. I'm good there. Blazers, what's going on? Cool. Now I'm muted on my computer. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well this Sunday afternoon, and this is what we're gonna be looking at. See, Josh has the craziest show I've ever seen. So I saw you say that to Craig too. So I've been once on a Saturday at that show, and it was so insanely packed. I didn't even know what to do with myself. It reminded me, obviously it's not as big as Chicago, it's C2E2, but it kind of gave me those vibes with how many people were there. Hopefully it was freaking fantastic, and hopefully maybe your video tomorrow will be that, because I really, really want to see the footage you took. So that's awesome. But yeah, I was bummed that we missed Xenia, but completely understand. And hopefully Xenia was cool too. I don't know if anybody actually went up to that one or not. I decided to not do that, even though I probably drove about the same amount of time it would take me to get to Xenia to drive down to Comics and Games. But I really, really wanted this, so and I knew they had it, so it worked. 2 hours after they opened, they were still a line of people down. Yeah, so that was one thing. The very first time I ever went was 2000. I don't know, my badge is on the wall somewhere over there. I want to say it was 15 or 16, I want to say. Man, was it 4? Either way, I had done some research. The only day I could go down was Saturday, and I did a bunch of research, and they said, make sure you're at the convention hall at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours before the doors open. And that way, we were able to basically walk right into Rupp Arena, walk right up to the ticket window, get our badges, which, we had then an hour and a half to just kill. But by the time about 45 minutes before doors opened up, kind of sounds like the same thing. The line was all the way from the one corner of that little mall area, and it was wrapped all the way back down one of the corridors around one of the little bridges and back kind of halfway back the other way. And friends of ours that were actually going to the show, they didn't get there until 11, and they said that they waited almost 2 hours in line to even get their badge. So I've heard crazy things about that show. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. Either go down on, make sure you're getting your badges either super early on Saturday or try to go down one of the earlier days like Friday or Thursday. Sandy, what is going on? How are you doing today? Went to the Xenia Toys show Saturday, 6 buildings. Yeah, so normally, Sandy, Josh and I go to that show every year. Unfortunately, this year it just fell on Lexington, and I knew Josh was going down for that. And yeah, I was lazy and didn't feel like waking up and driving up there. Otherwise, typically we are usually there. It's always a fantastic show. Last year I got some really cool pieces. That's when I started my, I started my reaction with Czarface, but then I got some Misfits, and Josh, for my birthday last year, got me the Agnostic Front reaction figure. So that like really kickstarted my music collecting, and then that's actually where I started buying Storm Mortal Kombat collectibles, which I no longer have, which I kind of am a little bit bummed I sold them, because now I actually have the arcade, and I think it would look really cool, like with the figures around it, but that's all right. I didn't actually need those figures, and I was able to sell them for more than what I paid for them, so I was happy. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Yeah, I thought they did that one twice a year. It was kind of like CST or CTS, the Columbus Toy Show. I thought they did that one twice. So yeah, so hopefully October. October could be tough because that's my wife's due date is right before October. It's the end of August. So we'll see kind of how hopefully things are kind of. I guess we'll be kind of in a swing of things that I'll be able to make a toy show, but all that obviously is way up in the air right now. But yeah, hopefully we can make it up to the October one. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I'm super happy with it too. I thought about if I can find the NBA Jam one on clearance. I may like with all that Kenner stuff. I may put the NBA Jam one kind of right in that corner. I also thought about maybe moving the Mortal Kombat one, getting 2 more DTOFs, putting 2 because I'm pretty much out of room at this point. Like I'm now tripling up a lot of my Hot Toys figures, which I don't really like the look of. I think it looks too crowded. So what I thought about doing was moving the Mortal Kombat machine to that little corner right there, kind of moving the Kenner stuff to like where it envelopes it, and then buying 2 more DTOFs to put in that space, so then I can fill out my Batman Hot Toys collection because it's starting to grow quite a bit. So yeah, let's see. Brandon Faulkner says, "Let's go Team Canada in the World Cup of Soccer." Yes, Canada pretty much should be a shoo-in. I know they lost to Costa Rica Thursday, but I think they need 1 point and they're guaranteed in. So I wouldn't think that there'd be any trouble getting that done today. U.S., it's going to come down to the wire. Hopefully we can get a result against Panama tonight. That's the reason I'm kind of just killing time before the match starts. But hopefully they can get that at least at one. Hopefully they can get all 3 points. That'll put us in a really good spot versus looking at Costa Rica on, I think the match is Wednesday. I have to look back on the schedule, but yeah, hopefully U.S. They control their own destiny, which is good. So hopefully we're able to not miss out on the World Cup 2 cycles in a row, because unfortunately it is a possibility if we don't take care of business tonight versus Panama. So yeah, Canada. That's super exciting though that they're pretty much in the World Cup. So that's gonna be fun to watch them. Let's see. Do I have the Netflix Punisher? I used to. So I used to have a ton of Marvel Hot Toys, but then like Batman's always been my one true love. So to be able to afford a lot of these statues that you see back here and a lot of the higher end Hot Toys pieces that are been sold out for years and fetch pretty pricey dollar signs, I had to sell a lot of my Marvel stuff. So unfortunately, Punisher and Daredevil both were sold. Those are the only 2 that I kind of regret selling, just because there was only one of each of those ever made. It's not like Captain America and Iron Man, Hulk, all these other ones that they've made 100 of them. Yeah, the Daredevil and Punisher are the 2 that I actually kind of regret selling from time to time. And Daredevil's one of my favorite Marvel characters anyway, so I definitely a little bit bummed about that, but I did have him, and it was a phenomenal figure, absolutely phenomenal figure. That's the first time I've been. I did go through 4 of the 5 buildings. Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate that. Kevin, what's going on? Yeah, the Xenia show, like I highly recommend it to anybody. It's a really, really good time, and they usually have such an awesome mix of stuff. I think last year there's like a booth selling awesome like the actual movie like one-shot posters that you see in theaters, and they had the '89 Batman, and then they also had Home Alone, which if you guys know, like Home Alone is just one of my favorite movies, you know, to the point where I actually have Kevin tattooed on my arm. So I almost bought the Home Alone movie poster, but I think it was $60. And I really, at the time, didn't know what I would do with it. I still really don't know what I would do with it. But that's definitely one I would like to have. I don't know. There's a possibility of maybe in the next year, possibly moving. So yeah, like if I have more space, like in a basement, I wouldn't mind doing some like movie poster stuff. But right now, I'm just, you know, really focused on the Batman and kind of smaller original art as opposed to a giant movie poster. So, but yeah, it's an awesome show for sure. Josh, I fully agree. I wish it would have been today too. It is way too big. Like, I mean, usually we're there for about 4 hours, and I still feel like, you know, we miss a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's an awesome show. Let's see, yeah, someone going over overwhelming. Yes, Xenia is 100% overwhelming for sure. Which is cool because I think the very first time, no, just not like, not out of the area, just new house is what we're toying with. So yeah, so and again, that's not gonna be for like at least a year. So it's probably longer than that, to be honest. But it's not like we're not moving anywhere. It's like just down the road, essentially. So yeah, so we're not actually going anywhere. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a possibility. But yeah, well, actually, so what I was saying, see, Blazers, how much was? Are you talking about this Batman, this Batgirl? This one I think retailed at $245. I think was retail at it. Honestly, I knew what I was buying when I got there. I didn't even look at the. Pretty sure that's what it's on Sideshow. Comics and Games, they sell all their new hot toys at retail. So yeah, I think with tax it's like $260. So that would have made sense, like $245. I believe is the retail on her. She is still up on Sideshow because if Comics to Games did not still have at least one of them. I was just going to buy it through Sideshow. But I like to support Comics to Games whenever I can. One, it helps them out a lot that people are buying their inventory. And two, I don't have to pay for shipping, which is super nice because Sideshow now, when I did look at this one, I think shipping was $30. So not only do you pay $245, you pay $18 in tax, and then you pay another $20 to $30 in shipping. So yeah, it's awesome that Comics to Games keeps everything right at retail. So yeah, so that was the price of this Batgirl. Yeah, so I remember the first time Josh ever, I think went to the Xenia toy show ever. He sent me like some pictures of like some 89 in returns Kenner figures, but that was like really the only thing that the show had, to the point where I don't think they stayed there very long. I don't think they bought anything. So like the next year when we went, we didn't really know what to expect, and it blew us away, and it's only gotten better every single year. So it's really, really cool to see like shows kind of take off like that. So yeah, so maybe, you know, honestly, maybe here in the future, I could see them maybe doing 2 days. I'm kind of surprised the Columbus Toy Show doesn't do 2 days as well. Like, I feel like that one could probably get away with doing a Saturday, even like just a Saturday evening thing. Maybe not all day Saturday, but like if they did like a, I don't know, you know, just an evening, like started at 4 or something like that. I think that'd be really cool too. Yeah, no, Josh, no scares intended. Yeah, definitely not nothing to be concerned about. So yeah, so I as you guys saw, if you guys were in here as soon as I went live, I literally just took it out of the shipper and took off the protective plastic around it. So I haven't even seen this thing. So let me get my little trusty art and crafts scalpel right here, and we'll go ahead and see what this Batgirl looks like. The promotional images look insanely awesome. I'm not even gonna open up the window. I'm just gonna go straight for the good stuff and just take her out of box. But yeah, so the promotional images look phenomenal. And yeah, they definitely do not disappoint at all. Just a real quick glance at her. Oh yeah, I'm very happy I pulled the trigger on her. But yeah, just to show you guys, if you guys want to see the box real quick, here we have a nice little image of Batgirl right there from Arkham Knight. Yeah, this is the Arkham Knight video game version. So I absolutely love this Arkham series. I have every single figure that they've released in the Arkham series, except for the Prestige Batman. And the only reason I didn't buy that one was because I already had the Future Knight and I had the regular Batman, Arkham Knight Batman. And I didn't feel like I needed a third of the exact same figure just for a black and gold colorway. So that's the only one I passed on. I have every other one in the line, and by far, I think I actually like them maybe more than my movie stuff, just because they're a little bit more comic accurate looking. But yeah, so I couldn't pass her up, but really nice box art right there of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. So her arm on the side, some information there on the back, the Arkham logo right there with the Batgirl, and it does have the magnetic little window box. So if she was in there, you could see her right there. So yeah, so that is the box. Yes, Stuart, I do have the Deathstroke. He is somewhere in that case right there. Yeah, like I said, I have literally every single every single figure they've released in this line, like I said, except for the Prestige Batman. Yeah. Now I don't even feel like I'm missing out on it. Let's see. Do I have a Batman MEZCOs? I used to. So MEZCOs, I have Buffalo Mike. Thank you so incredibly much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, like I am not gonna lie, I am terrified, but somewhat excited as well. So that sounds terrible. Somewhat excited. No, very excited as well. But yeah, no, it's a huge life change for sure, and it's been fun to kind of, I don't know, get things ready so far. So thank you for the congratulations. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so MEZCOs, I used to have them. I had, I can't remember how many I had. I had quite a few. But I'm not a big fan of the 6-inch scale. My space is kind of limited. And outside of like the nostalgia factor, like all this is obviously 3 3/4 Kenner figures, carded back here. And those just displayed so well in box. But for like a higher end piece like MEZCO, I just they're phenomenal. If I'm gonna spend that much money, I want something with more shelf presence. And that's the reason I stick mainly to Hot Toys and statues. I just don't, yeah, like MEZCOs, like yeah, what they do is phenomenal. It just doesn't fit what I'm trying to go for with this collection. So yeah, so no, I do not have any MEZCOs. I sold all the ones I had. And again, just put them right back into statues and Hot Toys. So, but I did have them at one point. All right. So let's go ahead. Interesting. Oh, she's got of course she's got a cape. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just did that on freaking YouTube Live. Oh, that's awesome. I wasn't thinking at all that, all of the accessories are just sitting in those trays. And of course I, lean it forward and dump everything all over the place. But, yeah. All right, let me actually just go ahead and pull everything out. What am I missing? All right, so here's the holographic. Feel like there's an accessory piece that I'm missing. Oh, yep, right here. All right, there's the grapple gun. It all fell in between. The couch, which is fantastic. I'm probably gonna have to find some pieces down there later. But yeah, now you guys get to see what it's really like to for me to unbox this type of stuff and just make a mess of all over the place. Kevin, it's going good. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's see if I can. The whole reason I was... Oh, they have it taped. That's the reason. I don't think I've ever seen that before, that they actually taped the cape. Kind of in the back, so... There we go. All right. Let's get that. Oh man, she looks freaking fantastic. I knew they used rooted hair. That's the only thing I knew I was not going to be crazy about with this figure. I'm not a big fan of the rooted hair. I wish they would have done modeling and actually had it just be plastic. I get it as the realism, but it's just kind of hard to maintain. I think it looks kind of silly if you don't have it looking right. Like it's really matted down right now. I don't know if I'm going to mess with it a whole lot or just kind of leave it like that. I don't think it looks terrible here on the front, but yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that. And that's part of the reason why I haven't bought too many female characters. Like some of the Wonder Womans, I know they're starting to do the modeled hair instead of the rooted. But yeah, this like I said, this figure I wasn't passing on no matter what. So I think the Harley Suicide was modeled. I'm not sure about the new Suicide Squad movie, if that one was modeled as well or if that one's rooted or molded. All right, so there's that. So Buffalo, so yeah, I thought about doing hockey cards. The issue with that is I'm finding that hockey cards are extremely expensive. So, oh, I didn't realize, oh, that's awesome. I thought the boots were going to be one piece, but they're not. So yeah, to answer your question about the hockey cards, I would like to, however, what am I trying to say? I found out that they were ridiculously expensive, and at least for the ones that I was looking at, and the soccer stuff I'm finding fairly cheaply. So I think right now I'm just gonna do soccer just to make it a little bit more budget friendly. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some card stuff. All right, so oh, did you, Josh? That's awesome. Did Cincy actually ever need me to pick him up that toy from TransFan? I know he asked me that one day, and then like I never heard anything about it. I'll have to actually ask him again. So okay, so this is interesting. Like this is the first hot toy that I'm kind of interested, like really interested in the design choices. First off, this looks insanely amazing. I freaking love that face sculpt. That cowl looks unbelievable. Like, yeah, that looks stunning. Love the texture there, kind of on the armor of the neck. I think that looks really nice. And I even love, so in the game, she actually has like her little cape clasp right there. She actually has that like kind of off to the side just a little bit. And they replicated that here on her cape. The cape is a nice, like pretty much what you get with the standard Batman figures here on the bottom half. So like that real kind of just nice soft pleather. This is more of like a vinyl up here at the top, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of a sparkle to it. That's like a really, really cool transition between the two materials. I haven't seen that used. And then you have like kind of a gold vinyl up here as well. And then on the inside, it does kind of wrap out. So inside you have a really nice gold. You do have bendy wires there in the cape. So that's really nice. But yeah. And then, so kind of coming up here to the top half. So all of this is kind of now there are plastic bits, like the bat symbol is just solid plastic. The gauntlets are plastic, obviously. The hands are also plastic, but everything kind of right through here in the arms. I've never really felt this type of material. It's very grippy rubber. Like it feels like actual rubber, not like spandex or like the latex that they use. Yeah, like I feel like this feels a lot more durable. Like you're not going to stretch it out or crease it. So that is really, really cool. So like the rubber kind of runs all the way up here through the chest underneath the bat symbol, but then and then it also kind of comes down here too. So her ab and the armor over the abs, that's a really, really nice rubber material as well. But here is where this gets interesting. Okay, so basically from the bat belt down is all plastic. So typically, you know, Hot Toys, what they like to do is it's like all one suit. Like if it's like a bodysuit like the Bat characters usually wear, it's all one suit. Here what they did is you can actually see the hip joints. Like this is all just plastic, like, you know, a Legend. Like I like that. I get it that it may not be the highest quality. I get it that it may not, you know, people may not like, you can see the hip joints and things like that. I'm okay with it. Like, because now I know, like, I can do anything with these legs and I'm not going to hurt the figure at all. And it still looks phenomenal. Like, you still have, like, all the paneling, you still have all the rivets. Like, it just looks wonderful. And then I can sit there and do this and not even have to worry about that at all. Now, obviously, yes, you can see the joints there, like, kind of like there at the hips and the crotch, but I don't care. I'm never gonna have her like in that weird pose. But the fact that I can I can get her in those poses, like, I'm all for it. I've never seen Hot Toys do that with a figure, and I'm not sure how some people are gonna feel about that, but I like it. Yeah, and then same like this. So the boots are all plastic. Get some nice detailing there with like the bat cutouts there in the knees. And then the one thing I was really excited about too, again, a lot of times Hot Toys does, you know, one solid, pleather boots. No, they actually gave us cuts here. So there's actual foot articulation. So instead of having just one solid boot that you can't move at all, I can get her in all sorts of poses. Yeah, I am super excited about that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I honestly haven't been this excited about a Hot Toy. Well, that's not true, because I literally have gotten a couple grails here recently. One of them you can kind of see right there. But that'll be my next video, is I'm unboxing a bunch of essentially grail Hot Toys that I've gotten here recently. But yeah, I haven't been like this excited about a new one and some of the design features in quite some time. I am over the moon with this. Yeah, I am super ecstatic that they made the design choices that they did, and I really feel like this is like the first Hot Toy I can really get in awesome dynamic poses, and yeah, not even think twice about it. So insanely awesome. But yeah, let me show you some of the accessories that she does come with, and stop gushing about this figure for a second. Even though, yeah, like, and it's awesome, like, to get, like, I don't know, characters other than Batman in my collection. Like, yeah, I have some villains. I have the 66 Robin back there. But, like, I don't know, it's cool to start seeing the varied cast of the Bat family really getting their due. So I am always, always, always about that. So let's show you the stand. So it's our standard cradle stand. So let me take off all the plastic here. Take it off the base itself. Let's see, I missed some. So my prediction for US Panama, I think it's going to be 2-0 USA. I think they get the job done. I think they score early. I think that the 2 goals are going to be scored in the first half. I think US knows that they cannot. They can't leave this up to chance. They have to, you know, stomp on the snake like early. They can't let Panama and Costa Rica, you know, like, survive and think they have a chance. So that's my prediction. I think we get it done 2-0, and hopefully. So yeah, and then we'll go to Costa Rica after this and see where we stand. Let's see. Stuart says, I like the gold interior. Yeah, no, I do as well. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it folded over, like the little bit smaller of a cape, but yeah, I'll definitely mess around with it a little bit. But yeah, show you guys. So here we have just the standard Batman Arkham Knight insignia from the game. It says Batgirl. Again, just the standard Batgirl, or not Batgirl, well, you have Batgirl right there. You have a little cityscape of Arkham. This is the video game insignia with Arkham Knight. So fairly basic stand. The one thing that I was super excited about this figure, and I know I'm going to switch out pretty much immediately, was the faceplate. So you get 2 of them with this figure. So this one is just like that stoic kind of just looking straight forward. Not really a whole lot of expression. This is the one that I really, really, really like. And it is just like a little bit of a smirk. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and change this out, and I'll show you what it looks like on the figure. But that was the one that I was definitely most excited about getting, was the one with a little bit of a smirk. I think it just gives it a little bit more of a personality. Collectible Warrior, what's going on? Thank you. Yes, if you just joined, I literally spent like the last 5 minutes just gushing over this figure, and yeah, I think that looks so much better. Just a little bit more personality, just a little bit of a, you know, a little, I don't know, a little mischievous grin. Yeah, I really, really like that a whole heck of a lot, and just the paint apps and everything look phenomenal. And then so on the back end, it just kind of pops right out, and there's a magnet on the back. There's also a magnet in the back of the cowl, just holds that into place, like most of your standard face plates that characters that have their mouth exposed. So yeah, really, really like that. Let's see. As far as the rest of her accessories, pretty basic stuff that you get with most Hot Toys figures. So you obviously get a bunch of sets of hands. These look really nice. See if I can do the pence. See if I can pence it and get to focus. I may not be able to do it. But these look really, really nice. You get some nice kind of, I don't know what you would call that. Like, not really armor plating, but there's like, you know, some kind of like almost exoskeleton design there on the back of the gloves with some gold lines. Then the grips and everything on the inside look really, really nice. So you get these wide open hands. You get, looks like Batarang holding right or left hand, Grapple Gun holding right hand. Not for sure. I'm sure that this one holds another accessory. So you get her little 2-finger salute right there. Yeah, so some really, really nice hand options altogether. It looks like you get 2 fists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 10 hands altogether. So that should give you plenty of opportunity to pose it. We do get our grapple gun. This looks to be the exact same one that you get with all the other Arkham figures, all the Batmen. I'd have to like really go back and look at my boxes to see if it is, but it definitely looks like it. So this should slide out. I'm not going to force it, but on the Batman, this little piece would slide out. I know this hook does slide out, so you can either have it loaded or not. And then the other piece that we also get, you have one of the grapple hooks here on a wire. So if you want it to make it look like it's shooting, you can definitely do that. Let's see, we get 2 Batarangs. Again, these look pretty much identical to what you get with any of the other Batman figures in this line. So not too much difference there. It would have been kind of cool to go with her like aesthetic if they would have maybe put gold instead of silver there in the center and on the edges of the Batarangs. I think that would have kind of made it stand out just a little bit. But they didn't do that, so you're just given the ones with the silver. And then here we have for her arm, we have the little hologram image. We got this with the Arkham Knight Batman as well. I've never even put it on the figures. I don't even know if I even took a picture with the Batman with his. But that is another piece that you get. So just a little holographic map that you see them use in the game. But yeah, I think that is all the accessories that you get with this Batgirl. And obviously right here, which I completely ignored, but the instructions. So I feel like I've opened up and played with enough Hot Toys that I definitely kind of know how things are going to work. Although, like I said, this one did surprise me with the plastic legs and some of the joints, which is going to be, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how people react to that. I personally like it. It gives me a little bit more assurance that I'm not going to destroy the figure. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how people like it. But yeah, no, I highly recommend this figure just from my first little moments of kind of messing around with her. I think it looks fantastic. Let me see if I can kind of play around with this cape a little bit. Kind of do something cool with it. I suck at these wires. Like I always want to do something cool with like the capes and everything. Like one of my biggest complaints about that statue right there, that's the premium format Batman from Sideshow, the second one that they did. So it's the one where he's standing on a bunch of graves. That one is a pleather cape that has wires in it, and it's just like, oh man, I actually got to like try to like mold it to make it look halfway decent. I like how it looks, but I would like, I would have much rather had like a polystone cape that they've already molded for me. So it actually looks a lot better than what I can do. But yeah, I always struggle with these. I love that they put them in it because there's so many people that can do so many amazing things with them, but unfortunately I don't have that talent. Yeah, so the one thing I would really wanted to do, so let's see. All right, so how do because I have one pose that I really wanted to put her in, that I've had, like, it was one of the promotional images that I absolutely love. So let me see if I can do it. You guys get to see how terrible I am at posing figures, not only just the capes, but just posing figures in general. It is 100% not my forte. But her, I really, really want to get in something kind of a little bit more dynamic, and not necessarily dynamic, but just a little bit cooler of a pose. All right, so we're going to use the 2-finger salute hand. And then what I want to do is kind of, see if I can do it. All right, so we're going to get, okay. So I wanted to do was kind of her hand on her hips, which isn't apparently working. All right, so we'll get it there if I can. So I kind of wanted her kind of looking like this with her smirk, hand on her hips, and then have like the back, like have her arm down here with the Batarang. Which it's not working at all. Nat, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Absolutely no, no reason to give me a super chat with $5, but insanely appreciate it. Thank you so much. That is awesome. He just pre-ordered his first Hot Toy with the Batman, with the Bat Signal. That one 100% will be in this collection at some point. I don't think I'm gonna order like the actual deluxe package that comes with it. This may kind of set. I don't know what people feel about like some of the deluxe Hot Toys and how they come with big, elaborate bases. I personally, in my Hot Toys collection, I kind of like, I'm really OCD about things, and I like things to be a little bit more uniform. So what I usually like is just these standard square bases with the plaque. And one of the things I really liked what they did with the Pattinson Batman Hot Toy was you could buy just the standard figure, and then you could buy the Bat Signal separately. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm never going to use that big base, like things like a gargoyle, like the rooftop scene. I'm not going to use that. So I'm so happy that they, didn't only have that one big $500 package. I will be able to just buy the standard figure, get the standard base, and then be able to buy the bat signal. So that's my plan for it. That is so awesome that you were able to pull the trigger. It looks unbelievable. The movie, by far, my favorite Batman movie I think they've ever made. I think it's the most true to kind of the style of Batman that I like. And I love the Riddler. I loved Kravitz as Catwoman. Like everything about it, I absolutely loved. So yeah, that hot toy was an absolute no-brainer. So that is awesome that you were able to pick it up. The only thing that really sucks about it is it's not coming out to like 2023. So I think like April. So it's like a whole nother year we have to wait. But it'll be worth it. I think it would really be worth it. It looks phenomenal. So that's awesome. Hopefully, you're able to the waiting isn't too bad. And once you get it, you absolutely love it. And again, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for things like that. Honestly, just, I don't know how many people are in here. 10 people right now. Just 10 people are hanging out on a Saturday. Thank you guys so incredibly much. It means the absolute world. So, thank you. So like I said, I was trying to if I can get her. All right, so let's see if I can get like this to like latch on. I feel like that doesn't look natural. It just looks awkward. I don't know. And I know they doctor, Hot Toys doctors a lot of like their promo images, which kind of sucks. They'll make cuts and stuff in the fabric so they can pose them the way that they do. So that kind of sucks, but all right. So there's that. I feel like she should be able to get in this pose fairly easily. There we go. There we go. I think that looks decent. I don't know how well that's like kind of coming through. I don't think that looks bad. And if I can just like kind of get her cape, I kind of want it to look like it's blowing that way. I don't know. I said I am so freaking bad at this. I don't know. See if you guys kind of see. Actually, here, let me adjust this cradle so it holds her a little bit more securely. So then I will I think this is what what I'm going for. So just a little hands on the hips. I'll switch out the other arm, do the Batarang, have that little smirk on her face. I think that looks really freaking cool. The only thing I'm not really crazy about is, again, like the way I have the cape done. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah. Man. So you guys know I'm very easy to please. If you guys watch my channel, there's not really like I don't really find a whole lot of faults in things. Like something would really, really, really have to be bad for me not to like it. But this figure really kind of blows my expectations out of the water. It was one, like I said, I was always going to buy because it's part of the Arkham series. But yeah, like just how cool she is, and like I said, the design choices that they made, I am over the moon for it. Like if you are a Batman collector, if you collected any of the Arkham line, this is definitely one figure I would beyond recommend. I would almost say this one, if you're a Batgirl fan and you collect Hot Toys, this one is the one to own. I insanely impressed with this one. Insanely impressed, for sure. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Nat, and I missed your other comment. She looks good. Are you getting the Batman Forever Batman? Yes, 100% I am. That one, again, the second it comes out and Comics and Games has them, I'll be down there buying those. Not my favorite movie, and this, but I really like the suits, and it's one of those movies that like it's nostalgic because of that was my childhood. Like, I was a little bit. I saw Batman Returns in the theater, but I was 7 when that came out. And Batman Returns is still my favorite. Well, nostalgically, Returns is still probably my favorite Batman. Um, yeah, so yeah, I 100% will be buying those. Trying to think, remember where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so but yeah, so like I love the first 4 Batman movies just because that was my prime as far as being a kid and really kind of diving into Batman. I go back and watch 89 Returns probably about once a quarter. I usually watch them about 4 times a year. The wife and I last year kind of went back and was doing kind of a Batman marathon in a lot of aspects, where we watched, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Went on to the Nolan movies, and then went on to the Snyder, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Suicide Squad. Did all that stuff. So yeah, I didn't remember how bad. So it's funny. I actually like Batman and Robin better than I do Forever. I know that's probably sacrilege to a lot of people, but Batman and Robin's actually kind of a really fun movie. Like if you look at Batman and Robin as a play on like Batman 66, if you look at it as like that, like really embracing the camp and really embracing just the stupidity of it all, to where you have hockey playing goons, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger using every single cold pun he can. It's fun. Like it's super fun. It's stupid, it's bright, it's colorful, it's loud. Yeah, like George Clooney like may not have been the best Batman. Yeah, they probably used Bane in a really stupid way, but I really, really kind of actually enjoyed that movie just for like the campiness and going back to it. So whereas Forever, I really kind of feel like they tried too hard. Like it was campy, but it didn't mean to be. So yeah, like I'm not the hugest fan of Forever, but that being said, I love the suit. It's Batman. It's one of the Batman movies, so 100% those Hot Toys will be in my collection. So yeah, that was like a really long winded answer for your question of if I was going to be buying the Forever Hot Toys or not. Let's see. See, Servius, is that how you pronounce it? I'm terribly sorry if I mispronounced your name. But welcome. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm doing good. If you just joined, I am unboxing this Batwoman figure that just came out here recently from Hot Toys. It is from the video game series, the Arkham Knight game, obviously Batgirl, and I freaking love this figure. Highly, 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 highly recommend it. Now I'm just trying to get her in a cool pose, which I think for the first time in forever, I've actually done a decent job at. I think. But now I'm just trying to finish it off with just a, let's see, Batarang Hand here. I don't know if I like this. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let me actually get the hand on. Changing hands on a hot toy always like freaks me out. I'm always afraid like I'm gonna get it like that one specific way that you're not supposed to. And see, I kind of want it if I can get it there. I think that's a little bit better. Kind of a little bit down. Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Saying not my favorite movie, but nostalgic. Massive Phantom, yes. I would be all about if they did any like. I don't know if Hot Toys could do an animated style. I thought about picking up some of the Mondo figures since they're 6 scale, and I feel that they would fit pretty well, like with the Hot Toys as kind of like representation of the animated series. That was the reason I did pick up. Sideshow released 3 statues. They released Batman, which is right there, Harley, which is right there, and then unfortunately I missed out on Joker. But they did release 3 statues from the animated series styling, and I did pick those up, so I at least had something in the collection. But yeah, no, if I would love to see Hot Toys try to do something in the vein of Mask of the Phantasm. I absolutely loved that as a kid. Again, saw that one in theaters, and absolutely phenomenal movie. So anything that they release, or if the one thing Mondo could do would be to actually release the Phantasm figure if they were ever going to make one. That one 100% would get me to buy that very quickly and really get into that line as well. Just right now, I've got to figure out some more room because yeah, I'm completely out of space. But yeah. What time is it? I want to make sure. 6:30. Still got half an hour before the the World Cup match. And I don't even think it probably won't even start at 6:30 or 7. It'll like kickoff probably won't be until like 7:20, knowing how they normally do kickoffs. But yeah, this is the Batgirl again. Highly, 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 highly recommend it. Yeah, super, 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 super cool piece. Extremely happy to have her in the collection. I now just got to figure out what shelf I'm going to put her on. Because right now I need to go redo everything. So I have so I really have 3 videos coming up here soon. One of them is, you can't see it, but right on the other side of this camera, I actually am working on a Lego build. It's a Luke Skywalker helmet that just released about a month ago. I'm going to do a video on that. That'll probably be the video that I release tomorrow, just because it's the one that I'm probably closest to doing or being completed on. I have another video where I have bought 3 other Hot Toys here in the last month. And I was going to just show that haul, including this girl. So I'm going to do... So obviously I can't show super up close shots or anything right now, it being live and only one camera, other than, just lifting it to the camera. But I'm going to do an actual edited where I, kind of pan over, show the accessories in a lot more detail, along with the 3 other figures that I got. So that's going to be one of the next videos coming up. And then the one after that is, so I've done a lot of new stuff and acquired a lot of new stuff back here. So I'm going to be doing an updated 2022 Batman collection video. So yeah, that's everything that's coming down the pipeline. So yeah, so there'll be another in-depth look at her. But I am going to leave, typically I usually delete my lives, but this one I am going to leave up just in case anyone is on the fence and wants to see kind of what this figure is all about. And I think it's kind of funny that I spilled the entire tray of accessories all over the place earlier. So, so yeah, that is going to be that. Let's see. I think that may just about do it. Unless anybody's got any questions or wants to see anything specific. Yeah, I don't really have anything else planned for this evening. Yeah, other than, like I said, just opening up this Batgirl right here. Yeah, such a freaking awesome figure. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let me go ahead and put back all these accessories. Not exactly for sure what this accessory is. I guess I will have to actually look at the instructions on that one. I don't know if that's just a piece to change something out or, yeah, what exactly that is, but we can figure it out at some point. Let's see, the Grapple Gun goes there. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know why I'm so so excited about this figure. I don't know, just because it's such a different piece. from what we normally get. Oh, this is the worst part. Now I got to figure out where all these hands go. Let's see. I'm gonna assume this one goes. Okay, that one looks like it goes there. This one looks like it goes here. Yep. Okay. Oh, this one's gonna go on this side. I think that one goes there. Yep. That's like the worst part, is like just trying to find where they fit on these little moldings. That one definitely does not go there. Could go there. Okay, that one definitely goes there. That one definitely goes there. And then those two don't have a spot because they were originally on the figure. All right, so let's put this back in. Back in there. Sure, this is super fun. You guys get to watch me clean up. All right, so okay, I need to put that back in the grapple gun so I don't lose it. But does anybody out there have any Hot Toys or anything that they've? I know Nat said he pre-ordered the new Batman. Yes, Stuart, I am. I'm actually building Luke's helmet, which here I'll pull that. It's literally just right on this other side of the camera. Because I was doing a time lapse of that build. So let me show you what I have done so far on that. It's a really cool build so far. I absolutely love the helmet series. I still need to get the Mandalorian helmet, which actually my local Target had that one as well. I'm trying to be better about not depleting my fun money account instantly, like I typically do. So I just bought Luke's helmet and I left the Mandalorian helmet there, but I will get that at some point. But yeah, here's Luke's helmet so far. Looks really, really cool. I have one bag left, which puts on, obviously, both sides. But really, really cool, fun build. Super excited. Like I said, I love the helmet series. I'll have to do a Star Wars kind of room tour as well. I've gotten a lot of new Lego sets up there. Yeah, like I have one shelf of just the helmets that kind of frames everything on my Lego sets. So yeah, they look really, really cool. So that and the Death Trooper, those are the two new ones that released along with Luke's helmet. Definitely gonna pick those up. Sandy asks, do I keep the boxes they come in? Yes, I do. So especially with Hot Toys, if it's something that's like McFarlane figures, when I pick those up, I do not keep those. In my opinion, there's really no point. Once you take them out of box, you can't put them back in. But as you can kind of see, Hot Toys, they're made to be put back in the box. So, you know, it's very easy to just take this plastic cover off. All the accessories are laid out extremely nicely. You know, I've never sold a Batman Hot Toy. I've only sold my Marvel stuff to fund more Batman stuff. And I don't anticipate ever selling a Batman Hot Toy. But just in case if I ever did, obviously I want to make sure it's complete and send everything to the seller. So, so yes, I do all my Hot Toys. Anything that is a little bit more of a higher dollar collectible, like, you know, all my statues, all that stuff, I definitely keep all the boxes for that. So Wally, what's going on? It's been a while. I hope all is well. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of life changes here recently that caused me to unfortunately not be able to go out as much as I want to and kind of look for stuff. And honestly, kind of with some of the shipping delays, you know, obviously with kind of stuff going on in the world right now. And yeah, just, you know, there wasn't a whole lot coming out that I was buying. So I didn't, you know, instead of just going to a random store and just, you know, filming a bunch of stuff, I was like, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But you know, things are starting to build back up. Yeah, hopefully be able to do some videos here going forward. Kevin, are you talking about the like the new Technic set that they released? If you are, yes, I will pick that up at some point. I've been kind of hoping. So the Target that I have, the Target near us, they have. I want to say last time I was in there, they had at least 15 of those. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe like once the movie hype dies down a little bit, maybe they'll put them. Even if it's only like $10-15 off, maybe get it for a little bit better of a price. So yeah, no, I am planning on picking up that set at some point. I did finish the tumbler. You can't see it. It's actually on the shelf next to this statue right here. But the Dark Knight Ultimate Collector Series tumbler is right there. And then you can see the Batwing right behind Batgirl right there. And then I have the 89 Batmobile right here on the table next to me. So I have all of those. I'm planning on getting the Batman Batmobile. Just playing the waiting game on that one. I've had a lot of stuff coming out here recently, so that one's been a little bit on the back burner. But yeah, Wally says as long as you don't lose your sanity, it's all that matters. Exactly. Yep. So yeah, it's been a nice little break. It's and honestly, my work season work gets insanely busy between January to about late February, early March. So it's starting to die down. So I'm able to kind of get out a little bit more. Able to have more time on the weekday evenings to be able to do some stuff, get some chores and stuff done. So now it's not all just on the weekends and cutting into time to go to stores and doing some other fun stuff. So hopefully be able to go to some cons, some shows here coming up. But yeah, should be fun. But yeah, so 20 minutes before the World Cup match starts, so I think I might order a pizza and yeah, just kind of hang out before that match starts. But I want to thank you guys so incredibly much for joining this live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully if you were looking at getting this figure, this gave you some idea of kind of what it looks like. And hopefully it kind of spurs you on to picking her up, because I highly, highly, highly recommend her. Do I collect any Batman Polaris Kai? So I had a couple. I had the Wild West Batman. I had it was like a samurai looking. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like a samurai looking one. And I had the Arkham Origins, or was it Arkham Knight? It was whatever, the one that they did based on the video game series. I had that one, and there was one other one that I had. What was that one? Oh, I can't even remember now. But yeah, the point is, I really liked what Polaris Kai was doing. I thought the figures looked awesome. And I'm a huge fan of kind of reimagining of Batman. So the Wild West one, with the kind of the sheriff motif. The samurai one looked amazing. I really like when they kind of reimagine those type of things, and I really wanted to get more into the line. I really wanted the 300 gladiator looking Batman. I love the way that one looked. I love the line that they did where they were mashing up the villains and Batman. I thought those all looked insanely amazing, especially the Two-Face one. Unfortunately, those just while they meet my criteria for shelf presence, one, they were kind of hard to find, and two, they were, at the time I was looking at them, they were insanely pricey. I haven't looked at them in a while, so I don't know if they still are really expensive, but even retail was starting to push that 200 price point. And I don't know, it was just at that time with collecting statues and Hot Toys, I just didn't have the budget to also add that line in. But yeah, something that I would definitely like to possibly get back into, just because there's so many imaginative figures that they come up with. So yeah, I really, really like the play arts a lot. They've done some really, really cool stuff. And the other thing with that one too was I had the Dark Knight, that play arts guy from the movie. I had that one, I don't know if it was actually real or not. I bought it from Toy Department, and I bought it for super cheap. Like I want to say like $30, and some of the pieces didn't fit necessarily right, and I remember the bicep cut would just fall off randomly. Like I just come down and it would just be on the floor. Um, so I'm wondering if that one wasn't like that was a bootleg. It wasn't actually. It wasn't like an actual legitimate Player's Kai, and that was the other reason I didn't really get into the line, because I know that is like one of the most counterfeited figures a lot of times on eBay and things like that is the Player's Kai, because it is, all plastic. Like it's a little bit easier to mold and replicate. So yeah, so that was the other reason I kind of didn't really get super into the line, because I was always worried about getting counterfeit stuff and paying a lot of money for it. So yeah, so that's kind of the reasons why I never did. But I did like them. Like I had the Spider-Man, I had the Venom. Yeah, they do some amazing stuff. That Venom figure is super awesome. I'm a little bummed that I sold that one, but yeah. So Kevin says that's the one I was talking about. I'm kind of tired of the Joker. Once that was my only gripe with the movie is like. Like we've seen him enough. Like it was so cool to see the Riddler. It was so cool to see like rogues that we don't often see. And yeah, I was just like, really, we have to, now we have to introduce Joker, and I don't know. I like there's so many awesome villains. Like I mean, it was awesome to see Penguin. Like it was. Like I want to see that type of stuff. Like I know like Falcone was in it again, but like I don't know. I'd much rather see like give me Mr. Freeze, give me Poison Ivy, give me heck even let's go in like new stuff like give me Court of Owls, like give me Talon. Like how freaking amazing would that be? I don't know. Like there's just even Bane. Like let's give him another go around. I don't know. Like there's just so much more that they could do that I don't feel like they're tapping into. And that's pretty much like my one gripe is I'd rather see some new characters as opposed to rehashing Joker over and over and over and over again. Especially if you're not going to give freaking Joaquin Phoenix the freaking role, because that Joker movie was much like this Batman movie, unbelievably awesome. And yeah, I would if you're gonna do Joker, you gotta throw him a bone. Let's see. How about Alfred backstory? Yeah, no, 100% there is. 100% there is. And I kind of hope that I did think Alfred was a little bit underutilized in the movie. That was something that I kind of wish would have been explored a little bit more. Especially like if you've watched the show Pennyworth. There's a lot of and even the comics, Alfred had his own, it may still be going on, but he had his own comic there for a little bit. And it, there's so much that they can go into, with his Secret Service. Yeah, I think that he was a little bit underutilized, and I think it would have been really, really cool for them to kind of explore Alfred's take on it. H Green, what is going on? I'm doing well. Unfortunately, I'm wrapping things up, but yeah, I will probably have a video tomorrow. So yeah, but I'm doing good. Life's crazy right now. The wife and I, if you guys didn't watch my last video, I announced that my wife and I are expecting a child, our first. We'll be welcoming a daughter in August. So hopefully a future Batman fan. At least a Batgirl fan. But yeah, I'm gonna try to force force that as much as I can into the DC universe. My luck is she's gonna like Marvel, which is there's nothing wrong with Marvel. I just prefer DC and Batman personally. But yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining, and yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, just this was the Batgirl unboxing, and hopefully everyone that's watching this later enjoys it. And go USA. And yeah, I don't know how to end these things, but thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate everyone that's in here. Nat, thank you so much again for the super chat. It is 1000% not necessary, but always appreciated. So thank you so incredibly much. And I will catch all of you guys